You are now tuned into a place where erotic visions and erotic experiences of the male exotic entertainment world come to life. I am your host, Flame. And as you should know, I am for ladies about me. So sit back, relax, stand up, or walk around and feel the heat of 1,000 degrees. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Can you feel it? It's almost time. Man, oh man, it feels so good to be back. I'd like to welcome you to episode number 7 of the 1,000 Degrees podcast, where visions are heard and the truth is the word. I am your host, Flame, and I am for ladies about me. If you don't know that by now, you will never, ever, ever know it. Let that sink in. Now, we're going to cover a topic that may be sensitive to some people. There's many, many, many different opinions coming from both sides, the men and the women. And that question is, what do women really and truly want? Yes, it can go vice versa. What do men want? I don't even know. I'm not even going to fucking begin to waste energy on trying to cover that topic. My focus is, of course, the beautiful women of the world, because obviously I associate myself with the beautiful women of the world and have come across thousands and thousands of beautiful women of the world, and I have yet to get a solid answer on what it is that they asses want. I just don't get it. So, we're going to get started real slow, and we're going to see where this goes. So sit back and relax, and let's see what happens. What do women really want? Is it honesty, loyalty, commitment, marriage, family, money? The list goes on and on. But there's never one solid answer. Because no matter what a man may possess, it's simply not enough. Now, I'm not saying that all women are indecisive when it comes to knowing what they want. But I would say that the majority, it's a high percentage out there that really simply do not know. So we're going to take it step by step. You know, honesty. We'll start with honesty. One of the most difficult things for anybody to receive and understand it and be okay with it is honesty. And a man who's honest is, oh my God, it does not pay to tell the truth. As much as they want a man to tell the truth, it does not pay for the man to tell the truth, because they're still going to think he's lying, number one. Number two, it's always going to be, I hear what you're saying, but you didn't have to say it like that. You know, honesty is honesty. People say, well, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Bottom line is honesty. I don't give a damn if somebody's yelling at you and it's honest, or they're being quiet about it and it's honest. It's still honesty. They're telling the truth. So it's up to you to decide whether or not you can handle that. And most people, but we're talking about women here, most women cannot handle the truth. They say they can, but they cannot. Regardless of the subject, they cannot handle when a man tells them the truth. Example, if a woman puts on an outfit and that outfit is not looking too hot, and she expects her boo to, be on her side. But she wants him to be honest. Babe, how do I look in this? Be honest. Tell me the truth. It's no way in hell that man's going to be able to sit there and tell his woman the truth. And then she accepts it. So he's going to have to, of a lie, to make her think that it's okay for her to wear that. And the whole time, if they go somewhere, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, yo, she looks a hot mess. But he has to deal with that because he would rather lie and prevent hurting her feelings or prevent an argument than to tell the truth. So women they really do not want the truth. And then I can only speak from my experiences in relationships and my experiences in trying to get to know a female. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other guys out there going through the same thing. I'm not the only one. This is universal. It's all over the world. But if you tell a woman that you're into her, you like her for who she is, for how she looks, the way she moves, everything about her you like, and you don't want nobody else, and you're telling the truth, they don't believe that. If you tell them where you was when you was out in the streets, hanging out or doing whatever you was doing, if you tell them the truth, they don't believe that. If your phone rings and it's messages or the notifications are going off and then you tell them what it is, they don't believe that. Then I'm not saying that some niggas out here lying, because it's a lot of them that do that. But for the fellas that tell the truth, it just doesn't pay to be an honest guy. Because no matter how well you provide the truth and the proof that what you're saying is real, now they're going to get into their feelings and they become insecure. Oh, he's lying. He has to be lying because every other dude out there is doing XYZ. So he has to be doing that. Ain't no way that his phone's going to beep and notifications and all this stuff that many times and not be abroad on the other end. It's no way that he likes all these things about me and he's not interested in no other female. Why is that not possible? There are men who like what they like, bottom line. There are men who do not wish to run the streets. There are grown-ass men out here that know how to handle relationships. But there's so many insecurities that women have to deal with. They're emotional creatures. Yes, they are. So ultimately, no matter what you can prove, it's up to them to decide whether or not you're telling the truth, even though you know deep down in your heart you are. But it don't matter. Because they're still going to believe what they want to believe. And you got to deal with that. You got to try to sift through that emotional mess that they got going on and figure out what's the problem. Why can't you accept the fact that I like you and you only, and accept the fact that I'm not running the streets and I'm not doing all this negative shit that all these other dudes are doing? Why can't you accept that? But for some, it's very, very difficult. Then you have the ones that I don't want to deal with men with got 50 million and one kids. Okay, that's fine. Long as you don't have 50 million and one kids, you can't expect to find a man that wants to deal with your ass either. If you got 50 million and one kids. And as of now, in this generation, everybody's having children. Everybody. And they think it's a joke. Raising kids is not a joke. I don't have any, and I'm happy for that. But raising kids is not a joke. It's all fun and games when you got your belly bump and you want to show everybody and the baby's coming and you buying the little clothes and all of that other shit. But hands down, that's a responsibility. You cannot put that back. Once that baby's here, you got to handle that baby for years, for the rest of your life. That's your child. And so many women are having them by these raggedy niggas. Like, what are you doing? So when they come across a man such as myself who don't have none, then it's like, okay, well, how you gonna handle this? I don't have no kids. And you talking about you want a man that don't have a whole bunch of babies. Okay, I don't have one. Now what? You still don't believe that? Oh, something must be wrong with him. Why don't you have any kids and you're the age you are? You should have some. Why? Is that a mandatory thing for somebody such as myself or anybody around my age? Why is it a mandatory thing that a man is supposed to have a kid? Women have to learn how to separate that. All men are not the same. Just because you deal with certain niggas who got, 2, 3, 4 baby mamas and 8, 9, 10, 11 kids, don't mean that every man's gonna have at least one child. So when you do come across that man who doesn't have one, he doesn't have any children, he ain't got none floating around, no mistakes, no slip-ups, no nothing, no baby mamas. When you come across that, you need to appreciate that. Because whatever it is going on in that man's life, two things. Number one, either God was on his side and was looking over him, or number two, that man handled his responsibility the way he was supposed to. And that was the reason he is not in a situation with a baby mama. But when you women get a man like that, you don't know how to appreciate it, or you don't know how to accept the fact that, okay, because you got 2, 3, 4, he don't want to deal with that. You can't be mad at him. You cannot be mad at him. He don't want to be nobody's step pop. He don't want to have to deal with, 2 or 3 baby daddies. No man should have to deal with that shit. But women, that's wrong for you to think like that. Why? It's not wrong for any man that doesn't have children to look at it from that perspective. One, okay, I dealt with women in relationships that had a child. And at some point, it really got to me whereas though I said, you know what, I want to know what it's like to experience a relationship with a woman who doesn't have one. And believe it or not, there was still insecurity issues. There was still problems with those who didn't have a baby. And then when I stopped dealing with them, they turned around and fucked the nigga that they didn't know and ended up having a baby with them. That's the story of my life in a nutshell. So let's take commitment. Okay. Commitment is a strong word. Very, 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 very strong word. A lot of guys have a hard time with commitment. But for those who do not have a hard time with commitment, once again, a man wants to commit. He wants to make the woman his. He wants to take care of this woman. He wants to cook for this woman and clean for this woman and make sure she's okay. And still, she wants to go bang the raggedy nigga that ain't doing shit for her. She wants to go sneak around in the streets and give her number out because it's that attention. It's all of that attention that she's seeking, something that she probably wasn't receiving. Now all of a sudden she's getting attention from all these directions. She just don't want it from her own man. Even though he's committed, he's exclusive, he ain't fucking around, he's loyal, he's faithful. Not enough. No matter what he does, it's not enough. Let me touch on something. I'm a single man. I live by myself, got my own place, all that. Okay. I had a female come over. I cooked for her. She said she was hungry. I'm not going to spend money. I got food. I can cook. I cooked for her. She didn't have shit. First she laughed. Oh, what you cooking? You cooking your little food? Okay, yeah, you crack your jokes, but nigga, I can cook. So I'm in there and I'm cooking. So she gets up and she comes into the kitchen and she's like, "Oh wow, that looks really nice." I said, okay, cool. You want to eat something, right? She was like, yeah, that smells good. Okay, well, go ahead in there, have a seat. So she goes in living room and she has a seat. I make her plate. I bring her plate. I bring her something to drink. Bring her napkin. She ain't got to move. She eats the food. Food's banging. She compliments me on the food. I asked if she wants anything else. No, I'm cool. Okay. So she's relaxing. I'm in the kitchen, clean the kitchen up. I ask her again. You cool? You want anything? You want something else to drink? Got some liquor over here. You good? Okay, cool. Later that night, we're sitting around, we watching a movie and talking and laughing and joking, and one thing leads to another. Okay, we become intimate. Everything's great. And I mean everything was great. Next day comes. She stayed the night. Next day come, take her home. Okay? Don't you know that woman never came back? As many times as I asked her to come back, she never came back. We still communicated, but she never came back. And I was wondering, like, damn, I didn't did everything I felt as though I was supposed to do as a man. So what was missing? She never came back. Needless to say, months down the line, I never saw her again. She never came over. But she ended up getting pregnant by some dude. She had the baby, and it was all great. So apparently I wasn't her cup of tea. And that's okay, because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But damn, you get a nigga to do what he did. Shit, what was I missing? I'll be back in a minute. The 1000 Degrees podcast has been partnered with Hope Performer Body Oil. Remember, there is always hope. Are you suffering from dry hair, itchy scalp, or dull skin lacking brilliance? There's no need to suffer any longer. There is always hope. An all-natural, organic Performer Body Oil, formulated with the perfect blend of some of nature's best, enriched with vitamins and minerals to help rejuvenate the mind, the body, and the soul, while leaving you with an amazing radiance. It's not just for you, it's for everyone. Because there is always hope. All right, I'm back. As I was saying, all of the stuff that I had did for her that evening made her feel special, made her feel like, she was my one and only. Made her feel comfortable. That's the most important thing. Make her feel comfortable. Make her feel wanted. It wasn't enough to make her come back. Maybe it was too much. But, I can't really put too much time and thought into that. It is what it is. And, you got to move on. She moved on. I moved on. It's all good. Now, another subject that kind of can be a little touchy is that of money. And I'm gonna start off by saying this, and everybody knows this is true. You cannot deny this. I don't give a damn who you are. You cannot deny this. Money makes anybody look good. I will repeat. Money, a lot of money, can make anybody look good. So when women say they want a man with some money, they don't give a fuck how he look. He could be dirty. He could be fat, out of shape, the whole nine. But if this man is giving up the dough and he's providing a lifestyle that she's not used to living, whereas though she got a nice car, she got clothes, money in the bank, hair and nails done, food to eat, all from this nigga, you best believe he ain't going nowhere, no matter what. Women can sit there and say, oh, that's not true. Bullshit. You can look at any situation in the world. Everybody has come across a situation where they've seen somebody or their friends, they know somebody. Ugly as hell. Retract that statement. I'm not even going to use that word. I'm going to say unattractive as hell. But because they have money, they're good. And I associate that with the fact that, okay, if the person is unattractive, they'll deal with them because that puts them in a spotlight at all times. So the unattractive individual will do any and everything to keep that woman. In my opinion, a woman does not want a man who is just as fly, or if not sharper, than what she is. Because the insecurities kick in. Oh, why is he with me? He looks like that. Damn, he look good. I know somebody else gotta want him. I know somebody else is calling him. I know he's giving his number out. It's no way his ass is that sharp. He looks that good and he wants me. So instead of stepping her shit up, matching his fly, she'd rather remain insecure and start questioning his feelings and his emotions. That's stupid. That is so dumb. Women, you need to get on your game. You cannot expect what you do not possess. I will reiterate this. You cannot expect what you do not possess. Don't think you're going to get this fly ass dude when you're not even together. Your hair look a mess. You don't think your health is important. Your physique is not sharp, but you want this man with a six pack and just like wardrobe out of this world, thorough, grooms himself well all the time, you know, goal oriented, the whole nine. He got it together. You expect that? But what are you bringing to the table? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you can't lie and say, oh, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No. The proof is in the pudding. Because if he asks you what you got going on, where's the proof at? Words are just words. You gotta show some action here. Because obviously he's showing action. So you gotta match his fly. If you don't, what do you think is gonna happen? Some woman's gonna come along who can match his fly, and you're gonna be out the window. So you really gotta get your shit together. You cannot expect that. You can't. Then if you involve yourself with a man that has money, what you need to understand is that's his money. He's not required to give it to you. He's not supposed to give it to you. It's his choice to decide whether or not you're deserving of that. You know, for some reason, people still think it's 1960, 1950, whatever, where the man's supposed to go to work all day, every day, and then bring home the paycheck and then give it to his woman. Shit, I'll be damned if I bust my ass at work every single day. I'm grinding and I come home and I give my paycheck up to my woman. Man, you got to be crazy. No. It don't work like that. It doesn't. That whole thing of the man is supposed to be this, the man is supposed to be that, that's bullshit. Women want to have equal rights. Women want to do the same shit men do. They want to play football and all this hardcore shit like a man does. Okay, cool. Well, then you're going to pay some of these hardcore bills like a man does. And you're going to put some of this hardcore food on this table like a man does. Because don't think for 1 second that any man is supposed to do any of that shit. He's not supposed to do nothing but live his life. If he has kids, that's one thing. If he doesn't, he's supposed to live his life. It's up to him whether or not he wants to provide for you and give you money and make sure you okay. Because flip that shit. Are you going to be able to do that for him? And most women will sit there and say, I'm not doing that. He's a man. He's supposed to No. He ain't supposed to do shit but live. Now, I know that may rub some people the wrong way, but I'm from an era where it's okay. I seen what it's supposed to be, and I see how the generation changes, and you got to change with the time. Don't think that is still on the man's agenda, and don't be surprised when he tell you it's not. So if you want it or you want money from him, ask. Yeah, women don't like rejection. They don't want to be turned down. They don't like being told no. Ask. A closed mouth does not get fed. Bottom line. So, loyalty, commitment, money, being faithful, honesty are all great qualities that a man should possess. They're great qualities that a woman expects. So why is it that when a woman has those things in the palm of her hand from the man, she still decides to treat the man like shit? She still wants to run the street. She still wants to play games on the phone. She still refuses to believe that man is for her and for her only. Why? That's the almighty question. What do women really want? You're quick to talk about a man who doesn't have certain things. Oh, he don't have a car. He living in his mama basement. He don't have no money. He got a little job. He got a little something. Or he ain't got no swag. You know, all this bullshit, you quick to put a man down. You quick to put a man down. But you never bother to look at yourself. Point the finger at yourself. Think about it. And I'll be back in a minute. The 1000 Degrees podcast has been partnered with Hope Performer Body Oil. Remember, there is always hope. Are you suffering from dry hair, itchy scalp, or dull skin lacking brilliance? There's no need to suffer any longer. There is always hope. An all-natural, organic Performer Body Oil, formulated with the perfect blend of some of nature's best, enriched with vitamins and minerals to help rejuvenate the mind, the body, and the soul, while leaving you with an amazing radiance. It's not just for you, it's for everyone. Because there is always hope. Now, when I say point the finger at yourself, you need to have a mirror moment. Are you worthy of certain things? Do you deserve certain things? Just because you're a woman and you got a pussy don't mean that you deserve it all. You know, it's a whole bunch of women out here with big titties and fat asses, little titties and little asses. But are you deserving of it? What are you providing? What can you provide? Are you loyal? Can you be committed? Are you faithful? Are you honest? Are you trustworthy? Stop coming down on a man without putting yourself in that same situation. It's just not fair. Instead of saying you want certain things, and then when you get certain things, you're overwhelmed by it. So you treat the dude like shit. You shit on him. You fuck him over. So now he's a changed man. So the next female that come along got to deal with that. And once again, I am speaking from pure experience. I'm not making this shit up. I've been in relationships where you deal with a female for 2 years, turn around, she fucks with a nigga for 2 months, ends up getting pregnant, keeping the baby, and then turns around and asks me to be fucking stepdaddy to the kid. Fuck out of here. I've been through it. You deal with a female, she living in your crib, you watching her son the whole time, she getting dicked down by another dude in a different state. leave work early, fuck him first, and then come home. I've been through it. And what was I doing? Being loyal, being faithful, being honest, committed, trustworthy. I was doing all that shit. It didn't matter. And if there's anybody out there that's listening and they saying, well, it must have been something missing, maybe and the first thing a lot of women say, well, the dick must not be good. Bullshit. That is bullshit. I do not play when it comes to sex, period. Anybody that's ever fucked with me know the deal. It's not a game, so that has nothing to do with it. So to experience those things, and year after year after year, you become wiser. And you realize you really don't know what women are after. You know, the man shouldn't have to change himself. Obviously, he has to make himself better for himself, not for her. He has to do things for himself as a man, not for her. He has to make himself happy, not for her. So if he can do these things, then it's a piece of cake to make her happy. It's easy because he's happy doing it. But that don't mean you should take advantage of the dude. You should appreciate it for what it is and stop questioning. Accept it. It's real men out here. Don't ask for it if you're not ready to receive it. Then I'm going to touch on it from a different aspect now. And that's from the angle of an entertainer. There's a lot to deal with when you have to be involved with an entertainer. And I think that's where some insecurities come in, because if a woman's involved with a stripper and he's around women all the time and women are giving him money and they're buying him gifts, it's kind of difficult to believe that that man is not doing anything to the females to get the money or to get the gifts. So that's where the insecurity comes. And a lot of guys out here do have sex with the women to get their money and get the perks of the game. But there's also men out here that don't do that, that are in it strictly for the money, the entertainment, and that's it. So it's kind of difficult. And women always saying, oh man, if you were my man and you was coming home to me, I wouldn't care what goes on out there in the club. That's a lie. People are afraid of the unknown. If you do not see it, you will always wonder. And that leaves the window open for other people to come in and voice their opinions to you, which will taint your brain to believing that your man is out there doing something. Experience. Just because a man takes his clothes off, he gets dollars, and he got all these women, they're touching him, they're feeling him, they're doing all kinds of stuff, doesn't mean that he cares for you any less. Doesn't mean that he's out here running the streets chasing this ass. It's just a way that he makes his money to pay bills, to put food on the table, to pay his car note, put clothes on his back. It's a hustle. It's a grind. For some, it's a business. You cannot stereotype all men in the same group. Yeah, we do the same thing, but we don't act the same way. So it's kind of difficult for women to really feel secure when it comes to dealing with a stripper. So when you as a woman say, okay, I want XYZ, and you get XYZ, but you're getting XYZ from the stripper, it's a little different. So I can understand that the questions may kick in, is he really real? Does he really like me? Is he really not doing anything out there? That's a serious question. And the way I handle that is I prove to them. I would bring them to private shows. I would bring them to a big show. So they see what I do. They see how I handle it. And I don't sit there and put on the front. I do the same exact shit that I would do when she was there that I would do if she wasn't there. Same exact shit. And lo and behold, still get the questions. Are you fucking her? Who was she? Why you in her face? Why do you like me? She was beautiful. Why you not talking to her? Like, same shit. So I really would love to know. I really need to know, what do women want? It's not looks, because they're quick to say, oh, I don't want a man with a whole bunch of muscles. That's ugly. I don't want a man with a six-pack. I like a fat man. Really? Okay, you know what? And you may be a chubby chaser, because there's men out here that like fat women. And so that's a genre. You know, you a chubby chaser. Okay, that's great. That's all great. But if you chasing that chub, there should never be a moment when you look at a nigga who looks sharp and say, damn, he look good. Wait a minute, but you like this fat nigga. So you, once again, you don't know what you want. You like the fat boy, but damn, that nigga with the muscles and the six-pack look good as shit. Why? You shouldn't even be interested in that. You want the fat boy. So that just goes to show it don't matter what you have, what you possess. Women are going to do what they're going to do. You really don't know what they want. You don't. And they expect the man to chase them all the time and do all the extracurricular activities to get their attention, but then you quick to call a nigga thirsty. All men ain't thirsty. And I've seen situations, all I could do is laugh at it, because I've seen situations and I've been in situations where as though you're trying to get a female's attention from, you know, maybe you don't know where a certain event is or you need directions. And you hit her with the excuse me, which is polite. She keeps walking. Excuse me, can you tell me where such and such is? Then they give you directions with an attitude. Or they throw their hand up and say, I'm not interested. The fuck you not interested in? I'm trying to get directions, bitch. I'm lost. Like, what the fuck? I've seen it so many times and I've experienced that. It's like, yo, y'all really think that every man wants to talk to you. That's not the case, boo. Every man does not want to talk to you. Some niggas need help. They may just want to give you a compliment. They're not trying to holler at you. All men are not thirsty. But you want a man to chase you because you don't want to go after him. Oh, I ain't going after no man. The man's supposed to be the one that pursues the woman. Says who? The same way you out here grinding, getting this money for this white man is the same way you can go grind to get that nigga that you want. You see him, go get him. You want to say something, you want to do something, let him know. You can't expect this man to know what you feel or to know that you like him. You have to speak the fuck up and let him know, yo, I'm feeling you, I'm digging you. Like, if you a single person, what's up? But y'all want the man to chase you and you want to turn around. Oh, this nigga sweat me. He's on my heels. He's on my neck. He's all in my DMs and inbox. Fuck out of here. Come on. Come on. Y'all need to lose that shit. For real. And maybe that's, honestly, maybe that's why I'm okay with being a single dude. I'm not going to no chick's inbox. I'm not DMing no broad. Trying to get no ass. I'm not doing that. And if I see you on the street and I am interested in you on the street, I'll hit you with the excuse me, try to spark up a small conversation. But the minute I see that there's no interest, I'm done with it. You're not going to play me like Boo Boo the Fool. But just understand, if I get shot down once, don't come back later on trying to holler at me after you done shot a nigga down. No. That's not how I work. I have zero tolerance. And my past relationships got me to this point. And I have no problem with admitting it. I'm not chasing nobody. You either meet me halfway or don't meet me at all. Because it's obvious that you don't know what you want. I do. And the things that I want as a man and the things I would expect other men would want don't cost nothing. Loyalty, faithfulness, that don't cost nothing. Commitment, that shit is free. But y'all want to play games. Y'all want to collect niggas' numbers. Y'all want to have, all these people following you, sweating you in the whole nine. You want to be important. You want to be a quote-unquote public figure. No, you're not important. Especially not to society. You may be important in your family, but to society, no. You're nothing special. And y'all really just need to get it together and figure it out what it is that you really want. Because I just don't get it. And some of these things that I've covered can go for the man as well. I'm not just speaking about women and women only like it's just for y'all. No, because there's niggas out here, but that's not my focus. My focus is not men and what they want. Ain't no telling. These niggas is too busy trying to be, ballers and mimicking what they see on social media. I ain't got time for that shit. So my focus is the women. But it can go both ways, vice versa. Both sides. But you really need to figure out what it is that you want. Because you will pass up your Prince Charming, your knight in shining armor, because you want to believe some other shit and you allow your insecurities to take over. Or you allow the fact that you're content with how your life is and you expect a man to accept that level of being content. And then he's supposed to join you? No. You have to match his fly. You have to. If not, there's another woman out there, or several women out there, that can match, that he may come across. So ladies, get your shit together. Figure it out. You've heard it from me. I'm the host, Flame, 1000 Degrees Podcast, Episode 7. What do women really want? Hope y'all tune in for the next one. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but you know it's going to be fire. Until next time, hold it down, earn your breath. I'm out. Peace.